All right, people, we got some slightly depressing news. KuCoinage is in trouble. Not only KuCoin, but its two founders. The US DOJ, which is a lot scarier than the SEC, has issued an indictment against both of them. And I think the KuCoin founders have fled to Kingdom Come. They are listed as at large, which means we can't find them, much like Do Kwon. And unlike CZ, I don't think they're going to give themselves up to the US government after seeing what's happened to CZ. So I do not think that the founders of KuCoin are coming to light, and we're going to have to send the ninjas in, and we're going to have to find them at this point. I did hear a couple of people saying they had troubles with withdrawals at KuCoin, but after several hours, they were able to get their coins through. So they haven't frozen your money yet. But, it doesn't hurt to be careful and withdraw your money from KuCoin before they possibly freeze, because there could be big fines coming for KuCoin. And I'm not really sure if KuCoin's as well financed as Binance is or was, because remember, Binance had the funds, they never had to shut down. Everything proceeded as normal, and no one lost their coins on Binance. But Binance had a very, very sound financial structure, and we're not sure if KuCoin has the same. So, better safe than sorry. Take your coins out of KuCoin, keep them in your own wallet and not KuCoin. And plus, KuCoin's always been kind of slow with withdrawing, so there's always some kind of skepticism there, I suppose. But right now, I don't think KuCoin is a safe place to have your coins. And why are they under attack? Well, it's because they had a lot of US customers. I think we all knew this because technically they didn't serve US customers. But I have a feeling all these exchanges that don't serve US customers are secretly hoping that US customers use VPNs or use like a fake account or ID to use their service so they can make money. I know Binance is doing it. I'm almost sure KuCoin's doing it. And guess who's on the next on the list? Probably MEXC. The US government is basically trying to force all these exchanges who depend on that business model of, I guess, like shadow US customers to abide by their KYC AML. And they are actually suing KuCoin and its founders for not implementing more strict KYC AML. And of course, these exchanges do not want to implement that strict KYC AML just because if they do, they might lose a lot of their US customers, which would make a large part of their income. See, like the illicit US customers are a big part of their business, and they don't want to lose that business, but you run the risk of pissing off the feds. I do think the federal government in the US is basically trying to get rid of all the non-KYC AML exchanges that people operate on, at least the centralized exchanges. I don't think they can do too much about DEXs because no one really controls the DEXs. But if you really think about it, that makes a lot of sense because eventually if you want to actually spend the money, you do have to find a centralized exchange to off-ramp, at least right now. What happens with those Visa cards is they basically off-ramp your coins at another exchange, and at that point, they will be able to draw your KYC AML. And the thing is, as long as you have to go to like Coinbase, Kraken, or Gemini to off-ramp, the US government, Uncle Sam has you right there. He knows you're cashing out for X amount of dollars. If you don't pay taxes on X amount, X amount of dollars, he will come and he will haunt your dreams forever and ever. So, that's why the US government is so hard on going after KuCoin. And KuCoin's not the only one. My guess is like Gate.io, MEXC, and many of those are on the hit list. They just haven't gotten to them yet. It's taken them about a year, or maybe like slightly more than half a year, to go from Binance to KuCoin. And a lot of the customers of Binance did go to KuCoin after Binance completely and utterly left the United States. They wanted another non-strict KYC AML exchange, so they all went to KuCoin. The government knew it, and now they're going to attack KuCoin. They're probably going to want a list of their customers, at least US customers, and they're going to want them to implement strict KYC AML. Not really sure if the founders are willing to do that. And even if they are, they still have to pay a lot of fines, much like CZ, for violating it up until now. So KuCoin might get a multi-billion-dollar fee And the founders might go to jail for many years because the DOJ is going after them. And they might even treat them worse than CZ because CZ just gave himself up, where these two guys are trying to run. And if the ninjas have to come and get you, they'll probably be bringing an ass whooping with them as well. So these guys might be running as well. And you'd have to look to the countries without a U.S. extradition treaty, much like how Do Kwon's been able to hide out in Montenegro for quite a while. So yes, that might be the cause of us dipping a little bit this morning. And because it is pretty big news, and might be really bad for some of those crap coins that depend on KuCoin. And like I said, if you have your money on KuCoin, get it out. If you have your money on MEXC, probably get it out too before they go after MEXC, because you know the feds are going to go after MEXC. That's not even a question. It's just a matter of when they're going after MEXC. They are 100% going after them, but we don't really know when, and you don't want to find out when your money's on the exchange. So that's the big news for today. In other news, Jasmy, our favorite coin that went nowhere, but they're trying to do something else with it now, and that could make you a lot of money, has partnered with Panasonic. Yes, this is the second part of their partnership with Panasonic, and they're doing an IoT project that's going to do like digital ID. This stuff is getting pretty big, the digital ID stuff, and they're hoping probably to do it for Japan because Panasonic's in Japan. A couple of you might think Panasonic's dead because like Panasonic hasn't done crap in the United States for a long time, but there is a world outside the United States. I know it's very surprising to many US-based people that there is a world outside the United States, and Panasonic is actually still really big in Asia. So this could be a pretty big partnership for Jasmy. Obviously, Jasmy has a market cap of $1.1 billion right now. I'm hoping that to soar up to over $10 billion, which I believe is possible if Bitcoin goes over $100,000 at the peak of the bull run. So, yeah, that's where we are right now with Jasmy. I don't know, it might still be a good pickup, but I would be very aware. They did dump all their coins about 5 months in. The price went down from like $4 to less than a penny. I bought it at half a penny. Now it's at 2.2 pennies. And I'm hoping it gets back up to 30 cents, which I believe is possible because they have no more coins to dump at this point. So very good news for Jasmy. Hope they can actually do something with that. And of course, there was over 6 billion worth of Bitcoins moved by the 5th richest Bitcoin whale. Yes, whales are moving coins. Does not mean they're selling, but they are moving those coins into different wallets. I'm not really sure what the purpose of the move was. Maybe they're planning to sell out right after the halving, right before the halving. So there might be big movements around that area. But a lot of times these whale movements, just don't really mean anything at all. They're just moving wallets from one address to another for whatever reason that we can't really fathom, because the ways of whales are mysterious. So essentially, like, they moved over 6 billion worth of BTC in 3 new addresses for the first time in 2019. It's been 5 years. So this wallet has been dormant for 5 years, but they split into 3. And obviously Whale Watchers is tracking this because it's of great interest. I don't think they're actually about to sell, but eventually they will sell. I don't really know how long, but even if they do, the $5 billion would probably get eaten up within 10 days by the ETFs, which is what all the movements in the crypto market are based on right now, the ETF movements. So yeah, the whales, I'm not really too worried about them. I don't think they'll have like a massively big dump. I think there's enough Bitcoin that's just not available for sale. And I do think we are going up in full, but the KuCoin stuff has sort of tripped us up today, definitely. But I don't think the shock will last long. I don't think KuCoin has the effect of Binance. I don't think they're quite as big. They're a lot of times used for like trading crap coins. So some of the meme coins might suffer if KuCoin has to close. But I don't think KuCoin is actually going to close. It might be revitalized under stricter KYC AML. But the feds are basically trying to take a baseball bat, essentially, to any foreign exchange that might serve U.S. customers and that does not do KYC AML. Eventually, I do think all the foreign exchanges that want to survive will fold, and they will do extensive KYC AML for their customers, and all the on-ramps and off-ramps without KYC AML will be blocked. Unless they think of a way to do it with DEXs, which I don't really see a way to do. I think everything eventually will indeed be KYC AML, and you will have to pay taxes on pretty much everything. Unless you just buy it strictly, like straight something with crypto with merchants. But even then, they'll probably find some way to track it sooner or later. So unfortunately, that is the state of crypto as we go forward. I don't really mind it because I just basically use crypto for money and more or less like I'm willing to pay taxes. But if those of you that are determined to hide anonymously, might be coming to the end of it right now, unless you're completely going to do peer-to-peer trading. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.